iHeart, get ready. Fantasy football is here. Welcome to the Scout Fantasy Show. ScoutFantasy.com is home to the Fantasy Football World Championships and the best players in the world. Real money winners giving their secrets to help you win. Now exclusively on iHeart. This is the Scout Fantasy Show with your host, the one, the only, Dr. Roto.
Hey there, everybody. It's Dr. Roto. Get out the insurance cards. Get out the copay. The office is open, my friends. All right, a couple things I want to cover in this podcast. First of all, I'm very sad to say that Brian Price was fired. Brian Price was fired from the Cincinnati Reds, and I just have to tell you, I don't think it was his fault. The Reds stink. The Reds absolutely stink. Have you seen their pitching staff? Homer Bailey, Brandon Finnegan, Sal Romano. Have you seen their bullpen? They're all injured. Their third baseman is Cliff Pennington and Alex Blandino. Schebler's been hurt. Suarez is hurt. And they won't bring up Nick Senzel. So somebody tell me how this is Brian Price's fault. But we have to blame somebody, don't we? I don't think he's at fault here. Maybe they're losing games. I get that. But maybe your team sucks. Why don't you give yourself a chance to win games? You haven't done so. I always think that we blame the manager. Well, sometimes we should blame the manager. Maybe it's a bad play or he takes a guy out as he shouldn't, or he calls a hit and run and he shouldn't, whatever it is. But Brian Price is a victim of bad general managing because the team stinks. The team absolutely stinks. How is this his fault? I have no idea. I am sorry to see him go. All right, the Cardinals promoted Tyler O'Neill. But the good news is that Tommy Pham says that his right groin is okay. So here's what I think is going to happen. I think they're going to let Pham try to play this weekend. If he's not 100%, they take him out immediately, play O'Neill, and put Pham on the DL. So they've got a contingency plan. Okay? So I am cautiously optimistic that Pham plays. Cautiously optimistic. We'll have to see. All right, the Braves. Freddie Freeman gets injured yesterday. He was hit in the left wrist by a pitch. This is a tremendous blow to fantasy owners everywhere. Freddie Freeman is an absolute fantasy MVP candidate. He's tremendous. Just can't stay healthy. Now, there's no news on him yet. There's no news if there's a fracture or whatever. So I'd like to be cautiously optimistic and hope that Freddie Freeman will return. Because I want to see him play. He's just that good. But if they lose Freddie Freeman for any period of time, that cannot be a good thing for the Atlanta Braves. All right, a good thing, though, for Javi Baez. He's going to jump to the number 2 spot in the Cubs lineup. Happy to see that for Javi Baez. This guy's been hitting. He's been on fire. 5 home runs in his last 6 games. Boom. This is what happens. You play well, you move up in the order. You can't hit, they move you down. Simple as that. All right, good news there for Jose Berrios fans. And by the way, I would like to do something here that normally I would do on the radio, but I'm going to do it right now. I would like to make Jose Berrios a member of the Roto family. So congratulations to Jose Berrios Roto, the newest member of the Roto family and my newest Roto child. And I want to talk about this guy for a second. First of all, do you know how good he's been this year? 27 2/3 innings, 15 hits. 29 strikeouts to 1 walk. 29 strikeouts to 1 walk. When guys can't find the plate, this guy's got a 29-1 strikeout to walk ratio. His whip is .58. Now, were you a believer in Berrios when the year started? I don't think you were. Because you were thinking back to 2016 when this guy was getting lit up and hammered like a piñata. His ERA was an 8. His whip was almost 2. Then last year he started to be better. Almost a strikeout an inning. But he never let up a lot of hits. But people, you have to do this. You have to project. See, I drafted Berrios in the NFBC this year, in Labor this year, because I saw the future. And the future was him being a star. You can't be so tied to last year's numbers. You have to look and project. Now, you may project incorrectly. That's true. It's absolutely possible that you could project incorrectly. But if you can make the right leap with your analysis, you can get a guy before other people. People are taking Berrios in round 9, 10. How about round 6? That's where I took him. Boom. I want this guy. I know he's good. So welcome Jose Berrios to the Roto family. How about another guy who's a Roto in the Roto? He's not a Roto child yet, but he's on his way. I love Matt Olson. Now, some people out there might be concerned about him. Last night he went 4 for 6. He had 2 doubles and 3 RBIs. But he's not hitting for the power that we expected. I'm okay with that. Do you know why? Because I was worried that he was going to hit 224 this year and channel his inner Adam Dunn. In fact, he's hitting 274. So let me ask you this question. Would I rather have him hit 224 with 7 home runs or 274 with 3 home runs? I'll take the 274 with 3 home runs because he's not killing me. He would be killing me in average, and I don't want that to happen at all. All right, Dave Roberts thankfully basically says Kenley Jansen's not going to lose his spot. Good. He shouldn't lose his spot. But I think Alex Colomé would be a good trade, and I mentioned that yesterday. And Colomé, by the way, still erratic. 1 inning, 2 walks, and a hit. Jose Alvarado ready to go. Let this kid close. This kid's got some stuff. This kid's got big-time stuff. Speaking of big-time stuff, Steven Matz has some big-time stuff. He didn't show in the first inning, but after the first inning, he really settled down. Keep him on your radar. I'm a fan. I'm a fan. Keep him on your radar. All right, Detroit played Baltimore yesterday. By the way, I'm not very happy with Shane Green either. I think he can lose his job very quickly, and I'm a big fan of Joe Jimenez. Kevin Gossman let up another 2 home runs in this game. Another 2 home runs. Unreal. Just unreal. All right, the Brewers beat the Reds. The Reds didn't hit. Oh, shocking. 3 hits by Zach Davies. How is that Brian Price's fault? Is he hitting? No, he's not hitting. Eric Thames, 7 home runs in the year. That's a big number. All right, the A's beat the White Sox 12-11. Yoan Moncada, 2 for 7, 4 RBIs, had a home run and a stolen base. He's starting to heat up a little bit. When this guy starts to hit, watch out. That's all I can tell you. Watch out. He's a really, really good hitter. All right, Toronto beat Kansas City 15-5. I am so in love with Teoscar Hernandez, I can't even begin to tell you. I didn't get him in any leagues, and I regret it because I think this guy, putting him second is such a great spot in the batting order because he sees fastballs and he can crush fastballs. If he's available in your league, go get him now. Please, I beg you. I beg you. Listen to what I'm telling you. Get him now. You're going to wish you did. He's a really, really good player. All right, San Francisco beat Arizona last night, fall 4-3. Chris Stratton, 7 innings, 5 hits, 8 strikeouts. That's nice. Hunter Strickland blew a save, got the win. But Stratton, I was very happy to see that. He had a bad first outing, but he settled down. I'm a fan. Brad Boxberger let up a home run to Brandon Belt. Maybe Archie Bradley should be the closer there. Maybe Hirano should be the closer there. I'm just throwing it out there. I might hedge my bets. Boston beats LA 9-0. I liked Hanley Ramirez yesterday. I mentioned that. But J.D. Martinez, 4 for 5. And how about Mitch Moreland, 3 for 4 with 4 RBIs against a lefty, and he doesn't hit lefties well. Boston's playing great baseball. Great baseball. Rick Porcello on fire to begin the season. Speaking of fire, how about Jarrett Cole? He's only 2-0, but man, this guy is pitching great baseball. Really great baseball. How about, think that was a good trade for Houston? I think it was. I think it was a great trade for Houston. And the Dodgers beat the Padres 13-4. Kenta Maeda, not a great start, but he did have 10 strikeouts. So if you used him in DFS, good for you. Seriously, good for you and congratulations on using him in DFS. He was tremendous. So I'm going to give you a DFS strategy. And I was talking to Adam Ronis, and by the way, it's Ronis' birthday, so I'll wish him a happy birthday today. I think the key, so last night in DFS, I used 2 expensive pitchers, Cole and Carrasco. The problem was I couldn't afford good hitters. And if you don't hit, you're not winning. Then again, if you don't have good pitching, you're not winning. So you got to do both. What I'm going to try to do this year as much as possible, you know my Erasmo, but my Erasmo theory I think is too dangerous. You can't go with pitchers who are too risky. But if you have one good pitcher and one middle-of-the-road pitcher, I think it allows you to get a few good bats in there and get a good stack in there. You need to have one really good stack in there, and then you need to have one contrarian stack. If you do that, you might hit the big one, right? Jake Faria, great start yesterday. That's the kind of middle-of-the-road guy. So if you paired Cole and Faria, you were good. That's what you need to do, I think, to win in DFS. Because to do it the other ways, not easy. All right, but you know what is easy? You going to scoutfantasysports.com. Go there right now. Be a member of Scout Fantasy Sports. Go to Scout DFS. Use our optimizer. Fuego Steve. Jaguar Lou. Winning in DFS. Renner Robbie Garriak. Pounding out the information. Content galore. Great stuff. Scout Fantasy Sports, Sean Childs, Dr. Roto, Adam Ronis, trying to help you win a fantasy baseball championship. And remember, guys, the NFL draft, about a week away. Who's getting excited? I know I am. But right now it's time to put away the insurance cards, put away the copay. The office is closed, my friends. Back more tomorrow with Early Fab. This is Dr. Roto saying be well. Take care.
Thanks for listening to the Scout Fantasy Show. There's never been a better time to join the Scout Army. Visit scoutfantasy.com. Use the promo ROTO for 2 months free. And don't forget, fantasy players, please thumbs up the podcast on the iHeart app. See you next time. Go Scouts!